That's what you're listening to. And we're also listening to Anton from Annersand. That's the project.
Yeah, the one and only Annersand. That's me.
There's only one. That's actually really good to have a one and only, because when you go on Spotify, you know, it comes up right away. Because other bands, you have to, they have a name, and now Spotify's got so much content that there might be 30, 35 of them, and you don't know which one it is. Very confusing. But in this case, Annersand, just
one
put it
guy.
in there.
And it's only my last name, but people find it confusing anyway because it's a weird name, yeah?
It's a cool name.
Yeah.
Very good name. Really happy to have you here in the studio. You were telling us actually that you're a listener, that you've discovered somewhat by serendipity the Rock on Stockholm, so we're really happy about that. And you also graced the stage of Club Devolution just, I guess, 2-3 weeks ago.
I did, yeah. Your friend Eric invited me to come
Eric
play.
in the afternoon, exactly.
Yeah.
We only invite the best.
That you do.
So that's why you were able to grace our stage. And you've got some new material. You've been around music for a while. You had another project that was actually pretty successful here in Sweden some time ago. But now you're on your own, and you have some material on Spotify. But you are currently finishing up an album, or maybe it's even finished, right? Something to look forward to. Tell us about that.
Yeah, it's done already, and it's shoegaze music, like that 90s. Kind of my Bloody Valentine slow dive type of vibe, but in Swedish.
In Swedish.
Which was something I felt that hadn't really been done before.
True, and you know what I'm thinking as I look at you, because you've got great hair and I don't. Do you know any shoegazers that are bald? How does that work? Aren't you supposed to have your hair in front of you as you shoegaze?
I mean, it's just looking at the pedals, I guess. I mean, you know, Corgan is bald.
There you go. Exactly, one of the greats.
Didn't you think, like, when you see pictures of him at, like, in the, like, Gish era, or is it, like, when he has hair, he looks
a little weird, yeah. But I always think of him as, I don't know if you ever watched the show, there was something called The Monsters. There was a guy named Uncle Fester.
Oh, yeah.
And that's for me Billy Corgan right there. And that's probably not a compliment, but for some reason it reminds me of that.
Addams Family. Yeah.
It was the Addams Family. You're right. That's what that was.
Maybe nowadays, well, he put on some weight, I guess.
Has he? He's getting older now.
He's also like really into chemtrail and stuff.
I got to be honest with you. A little confession. I've really liked the Smashing Pumpkins, some of the older stuff, but I got to say that the lead singer is not somebody that I really can relate to for some reason. I don't know. But he's written some great songs over the years, as you have, right?
Thank you, sir.
And we're going to hear one of these, at least maybe even a couple, right now, live here on air.
Yeah. Okay, so this is...
Are you ready? Sorry, I kind of jumped right into it. You're looking at me like, am I supposed to do something now? Play? Yes, you are supposed to play.
Okay, I'll play.
But you are professional, so I'm not worried.
So this one is the first single I put out from this project. It's called Dröm, Baby Dröm, which is like a reference, I guess, to the Suicide song, Dream Baby Dream.
Okay.
If you're down with that.
Sure, that's shoegaze for you right there.
Okay, it goes like this.
Take it away.
Du har huvudet i molnen, du har ögonen på dig, du blir nekad i dörren, stumfilmskratt genom fönstret, alla ljuger så mycket, sliter allt fint i stycken, stan är som den borde, alla typer och horor, men inget här betyder någonting. Nej, inget tar en ända dit, utom suicide på repeat. Du har flyttat från bygden, tvättat bort dialekten, en kevlarväst kring orden, lika hårt som apriljorden, men med barnet i bröstet, varje natt när du vaknar, Toblerons tysta tårar, så att tänderna skakar, och du tänker aldrig mera somna själv. För du kan hitta någon lik café. So dream baby dream. Tomma glas och fimpar. Om ett år är det glömt. Huvudet i molnen. Dröm baby dröm. Du hatar alla dina låtar. Och alla vänner du har kvar. Hoppas någon fäller bomben över kransen av misstag. Tiden rinner ifrån dig. Den har aldrig brytt sig om dig. Du sätter nyckeln i låset. Låter tystnaden slå dig. Gamla nummer på displayer. Om ett år är det glömt. Huvudet i molnen. Dröm baby dröm. Så dröm baby dröm. Dröm baby dröm. Dröm baby dröm. 24 dagar sedan, 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 24 dagar sedan.
Very nice, Anton. And the crowd out there, see through the windows, they're cheering, they're jumping up and down. It's unbelievable. I think you're gonna have a hard time leaving the studio actually after this one. But no, really nice, very good. And this will be on the upcoming album.
It will be, and I think we might even title the album that. We're making a fancy vinyl, like marmorated, I guess.
Let's talk about that, the vinyl experience, because I always, when I have artists here in the studio, the great ones like yourself, or if I have Coldplay or Moby, who, by the way, have been in the studio, I always like to raise that to people. They're always surprised about that.
I thought you were Moby.
He's actually,
it's the hair, right?
He's my older brother.
Yeah, right.
But we do look very similar, and I'm just as gifted musically as he is, actually. But nobody seems to know that for some reason. Anyway, getting back to you, this thing about vinyl and about artwork, about sharing an artistic experience with your listeners, I always reflect that Spotify, of course, is a great enabler. But at the same time, it sort of demystifies the experience, but also becomes a more anonymous distribution channel for the artist, because as people consume Spotify, here's one song, oh, this one's cool, put it in a playlist. There's another song, this one's cool. But if you ask people, what's that great song that you're listening to right now? 9 times out of 10, they have absolutely no idea. And they have no way to refer back to it. Whereas if you have a physical product, in this case perhaps a vinyl, a really cool artwork that you've put some thought into it, then you present a whole different type of connection, right? What do you feel about that?
I feel like you do. I mean, I think it's really nice to have something to just like physically hold. And I feel like when I put the record like on the table, the turntable, I listen more. Like it's like a
becomes ritualistic.
Yeah, ritualistic experience perhaps, but like, and it means something. Like it wants an investment from you, like your time and your money, and you know you gotta store this thing in your apartment, and you gotta like take care of it and maintain it. And
you have to put some work into the experience yourself.
Yeah, but then like when you do, you will be rewarded. It's like reading a book rather than like watching like something on Netflix and you kind of half watch it and you don't really.
I'll even go further. Reading a book is a good analogy. However, I think more and more now people are reading so-called e-books, right?
Yeah.
But that too somehow is a little different. For example, I come across some really cool books, and I'm thinking, we got small kids at home. They're young and they're just learning to read now, and I'm not going to give them some of the stuff I'm reading quite yet. But I'd like to save it for someday, you know.
Yeah.
But before, you know, you had a nice cover in a paperback, or might be a hardcover, and then you can give it to somebody, and they see it and they feel it, and it's got some weight to it, you know.
They will value it that they held it in their hands and they read it.
And now you say, well, it's on the Kindle, just go in my little electronic library and download it. It just loses all of its...
Well, I guess I'm kind of old school. I was also raised on CD, so I kind of got to the vinyl late. But I don't feel as nostalgic for the CD somehow. But but what I think is like with Spotify, it's all about like having one song that's kind of streamed and having one song on the instant. It's like I just got this, the guy who's putting out my record, like my label guy.
You got a label guy, okay.
Yeah, I got one label guy.
Okay.
We used to have more, now we have one.
That's okay.
But one's better than none. And
Well, it depends.
And he, yeah, I guess so. But he put me onto this thing like, Anton, you need the Spotify for Artists app. You can, do you know about this app?
Yeah, I guess
Spotify.
you can write a little biography, and you can sort of...
Yeah, you can kind of maintain your kind of artist page on Spotify, but you can also see statistically, like, live, who's streaming your music, how many people, in what city, and it's like so depressing.
I was gonna
and
say that
heart-wrenching.
could be very depressing.
Yeah, but it's like, and it goes up and then it goes down, and then maybe towards the weekend, some of people are like having a party, so they're streaming a little bit, and then like, and you see this like live curve happening all the time.
You're gathering big data is what you're doing.
And it's just like, but why though? Like, you know what I mean? Should I then like sit here when I'm on like the subway or whatever? Should I then like be looking at this and like, oh, why it's Monday morning and I'm not streaming the way I'm supposed to? I guess
I need to do something.
I need to tweet. Like I need to put out an Instagram, and then you can maybe see a little spike. I guess that's
terrible.
the idea. And then you have to like live feed social media.
Yeah.
So that you can like create spikes in your own. It's
Doesn't have a lot to do with music, does it?
no, it's like headache. And I just want to record, and I want to like, if people want to see me play and show up and like listen to the stuff, that's awesome. Like a couple of hundred people do. I'm gonna try and build it, but you know, like it's not like I don't know.
And I understand completely what you're saying. It's sort of, as I said, we've taken the music media and the artistry behind it and somehow filtered it into something different. And it's not satisfying as an artist, and I'm not sure it's that satisfying as a person consuming the media either. I think we're missing out on things as consumers.
Yeah, I think so too. And I think like, I don't know, like when I would like get an album, like we were talking about like Smashing Pumpkins earlier. So when I would get Melancholy and the Infinite Sadness on CD when I was a young man, then I would like sit in my room and read the liner notes and listen to that entire thing. And
the artwork, there was a lot of thought put into that.
And the videos was on MTV, so I guess. But that, I mean, I will never forget that experience. I remember when I like unwrapped that CD. I listened to like playlists with new music like every day. I couldn't tell you 10% of what their names are.
No, it's sad. It's sad. I agree with you completely. And the other thing too about how people consume music. Now we're on a live radio program, and I say stuff, sometimes stupid, sometimes not. Hopefully it evens out. And you are here physically with your guitar.
Yeah,
you know, doing stuff, and you're gonna play, and you might hit a wrong note, or you might not. But that interaction, that live interaction, that is so much more interesting than just having some kind of digital, pre-produced. I don't know. I miss that.
Here's your weekly selection, like your weekly CDs.
I don't want to say, and it's not. You know, some people say, oh, you're out of touch. You're just getting too old. You don't know what the kids are doing today.
You've been in the game for 20 years, though.
I've seen the changes.
So maybe you like have some kind of knowledge that's valuable about like generating a playlist and like creating that experience for people. Whereas like an algorithm, like Spotify is just based on an algorithm, right? It's just like computer.
It is big data. It's just seeing patterns and what people are listening, what are your friends listening, and if you're listening to this song, then the odds are you're probably going to like this song because 9 other people also liked it, and so on and so on and so on. And then you become also somehow everybody becomes just a statistic, but also individuality disappears by being treated in this fashion, I believe. But let's get back into what live is about now, and let's. Are you ready to play another song? Do you think you can produce that for us?
Yeah, I can muster up another.
All right.
I hope.
And maybe I'll record this one on my phone and we'll put it on Facebook afterwards too. That would be nice. Go for it, Anton.
Okay, thanks, man. This is Lysrören.
genom sorlet och basen, genom blänket i glasen, genom rusiga skratten. Nu vibrerar hela natten. De kastar blickar nervöst som gasseller. Samma plagg, samma skor, samma tryck, samma storstark och färgnet. Och när lysrören tänds så går du ensam, jag vet hur det känns. När lysrören tänds sopar du glaskross med fötterna, men allt är för sent när ljusen tänds. Och alla drömmar blev kvar på ett dansgolv. De är kvar där än, medan måsarna skrattar där ute. När lysrören tänds och det känns som du inte ens finns. Allt är för sent när ljusen tänds. Alla gator är tomma, alla tankar är fulla, så du textar och ångrar den du ser när du blundar. Tunnelbanetiggarnas utsträckta muggar skramlar samma sång genom taxibilarnas smutsmatta rutor. Och när lysrören tänds möter blicken i spegeln igen. När lysrören tänds och det känns som du inte ens finns. Allt är för sent när ljusen tänds. Allt är för sent när ljusen tänds. Allt är för sent när de tänder igen. Allt är för sent när ljusen tänds. Allt är för sent när de tänder igen.
Very good, Anton. Super. Thank you very much. I had to move around, by the way, as I was filming because I realized I had the mic right in front of your face, which is not a very professional way of filming. So that's why I shifted that to the side. That's one. It's called Lysrören. I guess it means what? Neon light in English for listeners out there.
Yeah, or like, these things, I guess.
Yeah,
in your
yeah, fluorescent
lighting.
lighting, I guess.
It's about when they turn the lights on in the club, when it's the night is over.
Yeah, and it's usually pretty bad. That's not good.
Yeah.
That you don't want to be there when that happens.
No.
And if you're there,
But if you're there, you know what the song is about.
yeah, no, exactly. And thank you. That was very nice. One of actually 3 singles that people can listen to on Spotify, where everything, of course, is plugged in and produced in a whole different way. And before I leave you, I would like to talk a little bit more about the album again that you're going to be putting out. I guess you get a whole band with you, working with you, or are you playing all this stuff by yourself? How does it work?
No, and I have a band, like a backing band, guys who recorded with me from various great bands like Torpedo, Norma, and Tiger Lou. Like Swedish kind of Stockholm indie band.
Sure.
That's been around a while.
A lot of early 2000 stuff there.
Yeah, and I mean, I used to be in this band Molotov Jive. They used to tour like in Germany a lot and do a bunch of stuff. Go to America and record an album and
Beloved by thousands.
Yeah, a couple of thousands actually.
Yeah.
We had like but
you had your moment in the sun.
we had a little moment in the sun, and then it kind of it kind of trickled.
It
away.
darkened.
Yeah.
That's okay.
But that's more than
That's life.
a lot of people can ask for. But
You go up, you go down, you can come
but
back
what
up
I
again.
knew is I wanted to play with new people,
Okay.
and I wanted to kind of like play with these guys who are a little older than I am, and I'm 30, so you can tell like these guys are
You're still a young man.
they've seen a few winters. Let's just put it that way.
Okay.
No, I'm joking.
They have more wrinkles than you do.
Yeah, no, but
They've seen a lot of clubs with the neon lights on. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's a big sound on the record. It's very distorted and like reverb and like
Sounds like
a lot of
shoegaze.
guitars. Yeah, it's yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. But Annersand is the name of me as an artist, and we're putting out a vinyl after the summer, and it's gonna be cool.
Do you have any live shows planned coming up?
Yeah, we're playing Obaren this Friday actually.
All right, well, that's
I
a
don't
nice
think
little
I'm supposed to say that, but
Okay,
now I said
so there's a secret show at
Yeah,
Ubaren that
yeah.
nobody's supposed to know about.
yeah, it's like kind of a
And
private
if you hear about that,
ordeal.
don't go. But if you go, we can't do anything about that.
Yeah, if you come down, I'll put you on the list though.
Okay,
Yeah,
it's a nice place to play,
yeah.
even though you're not going to play there on Friday. But
I
if you
like
were,
that room actually. Even though the stage is so high,
they put you on a pedestal.
Yeah,
If you're tall, that's a problem. But
I'm kind of like knocking the ceiling a little bit,
Yeah.
but you have to like
nice
crawl
venue.
down towards the pedal.
Any festivals?
Not yet, not as of this.
Okay, we're waiting on
no, but like I mean, at some point, I hope.
And I hope to
do
get
anything.
you guys back at Club Evolution in the fall. The truth is, the night you performed the last band, and I had to leave because I had actually a judo tournament the next morning. I had to get
A
up early
judo
for.
tournament.
I got my ass kicked. I broke a rib. It was a terrible thing. But we'll
You
get into that
made
some
the
other
wrong
time.
Decision there.
Yeah, I should have stayed and listened to you. I would be healthier today. But I hope to get you back on stage as well there at Southside. It'd be nice to see you over there maybe sometime after the summer.
Yeah.
And would like you to. I'd like to wish you the best of luck
Thanks,
on
man.
on this second career of yours. And out there, listen to this guy. He's a nice guy. He knows what he's doing. He makes good music. And speaking of good music, let's get back into the set here with stuff from Pennywise. This one is "Won't Give Up the Fight" on Rocket 95.3.